Hello and howdy, everyone. A couple days ago, I watched Dredd. I saw it in the theater. It was conceived, shot, and filmed in 3D. I saw it in 3D in the theater. I remember it being a fine theatrical experience. I gave that a 7. I see no reason to change my score. I think a 7 is fair. I think it's rather mindless, but rather fun and gorgeous. Well paced. Just solidly entertaining. It's about Judge Dredd. There is a large. I almost feel like I should talk about the Raid first. I had seen the Raid Redemption, the Australian film, before this movie. I had no idea that this screenplay sat on the shelf for some time, was widely pirated and read. So the screenplay has been like common knowledge for some time. I did not know that. And I guess the leading theory is that I believe it's Gareth Edlund, the writer and director of The Raid, probably got his hands on an early version of this script, and it certainly influenced his own film. There are striking similarities throughout. I'd say the big difference is all in execution. This is special effects heavy in terms of, video and visual effects, where The Raid is heavy in practical effects and just more human. I gave The Raid a 9, as well as putting it on, my top, 15 of the year, where I did not, think so highly of Dredd. I think just it comes down to the human element, the action choreography, and just, I don't know what else to say. The human element of The Raid, I think, makes it superior to Dredd. But I think Dredd is certainly more visually striking and a, good debut. I'm not familiar with the director, Pete Travis. I am not familiar with that name. I was just going to say, when I start to describe this film, it's kind of like I'm describing The Raid as well. But you have a criminal organization that, basically runs a building. Here it's called a mega block. They pretty much own the tower. They produce and distribute their all of the city's drugs, or at least one particular drug from this building, and they are not to be fucked with. You enter their building, that's it. So Judge Dredd is sent in to the building. Now I'm trying to remember on what got him in there. It was just a triple murder. A triple murder meant to send a sign, done by the gang, the clan that runs the building. So Dredd goes to investigate and to do his judge thing, all while training a rookie who is a mutant with some psychic ability. It has the ability to read minds, not predict the future or anything, but is able to focus on one mind and able to read their thoughts. So they enter the building. The clan who runs the building, the Maw clan, is offended by this, and they want to kill the judges. So they lock down the building. There's no in and out, and it's everyone versus, the two judges that are in the building. That's, in a nutshell, what it's about. And will the judges make it out alive or not? It's a good movie. You know, I can't... What I will say detracts from a higher score is it's, you know, a little repetitive. It's a little monotonous. There's long stretches where nothing is happening but gunfire and the slaughter of innocents, which, you know, again, looks cool, but it, you know, it wears on you a little bit. At least it did on me. The film is incredibly violent, very violent, and very well done. But you know, a lot of innocent people, civilians die in this film, and it does have a disturbing element that just this disregard for life. The film looks really good. Well, I guess maybe I can find the cinematographer. Anyway, I just remember the 3D being really well done, and there is a drug in the film called slow-mo. And when everyone's on slow-mo, it slows down, if you're using, it slows down time to a fraction, you know, of what it's actually passing. A lot of some of the best action happens in this slow-mo vision. You know, Dredd's moving at regular speed, and everyone else is, you know, pretty fucked up, so they're, you know, not reacting at all. And Dredd's just blowing them apart. So it's cool, you know, it's cool. It's really well done. Also, there's like this glitter effect. I really don't know what else to call it. I don't know quite how it's done. I'm sure it's done in post-production. I mean, I doubt it's, you know, done practically, but it looks really cool. That's what I remember most about anything. Or during those slow-mo scenes, the 3D was just like, there was too many layers, you know, there were so many layers. It was really kind of an intense experience in the theater. Here it's just more of a gorgeous, you know, visual. Let's see, all the acting is really good. I can't, Carl Urban is Dredd. I only know him from the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. He's good here in keeping with Dredd tradition. He does not show his face. You only see basically here down. I mean, I think that's awesome. I think that keeps with you know, the Dredd mythos. I've always been a, you know, staunch believer that acting takes place in the eyes, and here, you know, you never get to see the eyes, so he has to do a lot with his jaw and his facial expressions and flaring of the nostrils, which sometimes becomes slightly cartoonish. You know, again, I think they've done a really good job at bringing the Dredd books, you know, to life. I think if you, you know, would pause this film, I think it would look like a frame, you know, like a, I can't remember what it's called, but, you know, a frame from a comic book, you know. It looks perfectly constructed, and again, it looks like Dredd, so it's, you know, it could be straight out of a comic book. So, and he looks like Dredd, you know, when he makes that face, that grimace for the 1000th time, it's fine because it's Dredd, and that's what Dredd does. He's true to the character. I think that's pretty much the only actor I can can say by name. There were a couple familiar faces for me. Actually, probably just one. And that was the first drug dealer they run into. Black dude, he's from The Wire. Basically, he plays the same character on The Wire that he does here, not really stretching his legs. I'll just go ahead and read the cast. And I thought that his partner, the mutant psychic, she seemed somewhat familiar, but I can't place her from anything. I'll go ahead and read. Her name is Olivia Thirlby. I'm not sure of anything else. Okay, so we've got Carl Urban, Olivia Thirlby, Wood Harris. I'm not sure who Wood Harris, is. Lena Headley. Lena Headley was the bad guy, Mama. She's very good. She's very scary. A good bad guy. And, she was effective. Again, she didn't really kind of do much. Really the only person who gets like a fully actualized character arc is the partner, is the mutant psychic. She starts in one place and ends in another, where, I guess that's true of all the characters. They don't have, a great way to go. They don't have a big journey. The bad guy, Mama, she starts, like a, evil woman, and, then she must pay for that crime. So she doesn't really go anywhere but, to death. And Dredd, is Dredd at the beginning, and maybe he's softened up a little bit, but he's basically Dredd at the end. He's Dredd. He just is. So, she, in terms of, like, again, an arc, showing full range of emotion and experience, I think that the partner has, like, the choice acting role of the film. I think she has the most difficulty. And that's Olivia Thirlby. She was very good. Okay, so that does it for the cast. Let's see here. I remember the music being really good. It says music by Paul Leonardo Morgan. I really enjoyed the score. I thought it really added. I'm trying to find director of photography, Anthony Dodd Mantle. Anyway, I thought the cinematography, the colors, it was very rich. Always, even it was gritty, there was like different colors of grit. I just thought that the film looked really good. It was a gorgeous looking film. Let's see. Created, that's interesting. Created by John Wagner and Carlos Ezquerra. That's created the Judge Dredd character. I'm trying to get to the written by screenplay by Alex Garland. That does sound familiar. I don't know why. And directed again by Pete Travis, which again I'm not too familiar with. I don't know if this would be his debut. I doubt it. But anyway, good job. I think all of the action is, it can get chaotic, but I always understand what's going on. I never felt lost. Things happen with a purpose, and just not to serve this story, to just get over with. It looked real, the costume design, this is a, period piece in the fact that it's in a apocalyptic future. I don't know if you can call it post-apocalyptic, because it doesn't seem that there was an apocalypse of any kind. It just, dystopic. That's what I'm trying to, it's a dystopic vision of the future, where, population just continues to grow, unchecked. So that everything really takes you to that dystopic future. The technology is there, the costume design is there. Everything technically, everything visually that you would see or hear in this film, I think is excellent. I just think. The reason I'm not giving it a higher score is, again, it was a little monotonous, very simple. but that's, fine. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's entertaining, it's mindless. It's just over an hour and a half, and it goes by really quickly. I do miss the 3D. I always miss the 3D if the film is conceived and shot in 3D. I don't really know what else to say. I think it's a great rental if you like action films, if you like science fiction films. It's definitely not disappointing. And it's got another good performance by Carl Urban. I think it's an interesting casting choice. And he's good in the role. So there you go. I don't know what else to say about it, but you should check it out. So there's Dredd, and it's a solid 7 for me. Thank you very much.